Hello friends, welcome to the No Topic. Today we are going to discuss about angular measurements using a compass survey. In compass survey, we basically take the angle between a reference line and a survey line. The compass survey is done using a magnetic compass. For example, if you see a magnetic compass is a small device which is essentially having three components, which are a magnetic needle, a graduated circle, and a line of sight. The magnetic needle will be freely suspended in the compass. For example, if you see this compass, the magnetic needle is pivoted in this compass and the central portion of the compass, and the line of sight is consisting of two veins. One is object vein and an eye vein. So when we connect this object vein and eye vein, it is passing through the center of this magnetic needle, and when we intersect it with an object which is away from the compass, so that will become a straight line and it will help us to identify the direction of that line using the bearing. So magnetic needle and the graduated circles are marked here, is given here. The readings are marked, the directions such as north, south, east and west are marked on the graduated circle. If you see in detail what are the basic essential parts of a compass, the first one, it is a cylindrical metal box. Within that the entire compass system is arranged. Then we have a pivot point. On it the freely suspended magnetic needle is kept, which is provided a lifting pin. The lifting pin is basically to move the magnetic needle. Sometimes if the magnetic needle is not moving properly, so we can use the lifting pin which is provided here. This lifting pin can be used to adjust the magnetic needle. Then the magnetic needle, in this case what we are seeing here, it is a prismatic compass, and the prismatic compass, we are not able to see this magnetic needle directly here because which is attached to this graduated circle. If you see on the side, on the below this graduated circle, we will be able to see the magnetic needle. In prismatic compass, there is a prism provided. The prism is kept in this container. Within this, if you see, we'll see a prism, and this prism is provided to take the reading, because in the graduated circle the readings are written as mirror images, and we'll be able to only read the values if you read it through this prism, because we'll get the mirror image through the prism. So if you see through this, we'll be seeing the graduated circle below this, and the reading can be taken after intersecting the compass to a object. Then the object vein which is away from the observer, and the eye vein which is towards the observer. These two things which is kept opposite to each other, and that will intersect with the object to take the direction. Then there is a glass cover provided which is above this graduated circle, and it is covering the entire compass. Then sunglasses are provided. This is what we see here. This is a sunglass. The purpose of these sunglasses are when the daytime, when we take a reading or when we intersect the compass to the object, the bright light may directly uh, fall into the eyes of the surveyor. So to reduce that brightness of the light, we can uh, use these sunglasses. And here in the object vein, if you see, there is a small mirror provided. The purpose of this mirror is to take the reading on this end. For example, if you take the reading using a prism on this end of the compass, that is the eye vein, at the same time if I need to see what is the reading which is showing on this graduated circle on the opposite side, so I can take that reading together. So this reading is called forebearing and backbearing, so that we'll discuss in a separate session. Then there is a spring brake or a brake pin which is provided in this part, because this graduated circle is attached to the magnetic needle, which is not attached to the body of the compass. That also we'll see in the next next topic, that is differences between prismatic compass and surveyor compass, where we'll see that how this magnetic needle is attached to the graduated circle and it is freely moving. So if you need to arrest the movement of this graduated circle, I can use this brake pin here. So in compasses, if you see what we are using in a surveying, there are basically two type of compasses which are available in the market, which are prismatic compass and surveyor compass. So now let us see that what are the basic differences between this prismatic compass and surveyor compass. On screen on the left hand side, what you are having is a surveyor compass, and the right hand side what you are having is a prismatic compass. In the case of a prismatic compass, we can see this an attachment called prism, but in the case of a surveyor compass, that prism attachment is not there. And if you see, the needle in the surveyor compass is completely detached from the graduated circle, whereas in the case of prismatic compass, the needle is attached to the graduated circle. So when the compass body moves, the needle will remain stationary. As a result, the graduated circle also will remain stationary. But in the case of a surveyor compass, when the compass body rotates, the needle remains stationary. That is the characteristics of a magnetic needle. It will always align parallel to the magnetic polarity of our earth. If you rotate the compass, but the needle will remain stationary, but the body of the compass will rotate, and along with that the graduated circle also will rotate. And if you see carefully, we can see the values written on this surveyor compass. On the north it is 0, then it increases 10, 20, 30, 40 and 80, then east which is written 90. Then it goes to the south where it is written 0 and it is coming towards east 90. That means the total 360 degree of this surveyor compass is divided into 4 quadrants, that is northeast quadrant, southeast quadrant, southwest quadrant and northwest quadrant. Whereas in the case of a prismatic compass, the values on 0, then it increases and it goes up to 360. So that means in the case of a surveyor compass, when we take a reading, the values are always going to be between 0 and 90. Whereas in the case of a prismatic compass, the values are going to be between 0 and 360. So this gives a wall circle bearing, whereas in the case of a surveyor compass, that gives a quadrantal bearing. And one more thing, if you carefully see that usually in north we write 0, but in case of a prismatic compass, in the north which is written 180 and south which is written 0. It increases 10, 20, then it goes to 360. And mm, whereas in the case of a uh, surveyor compass, that north is 0, south is again 0 because it is quadrantal bearing. But if you see a compass where east and west may get interchanged, in this compass what I am having today, where it is not interchanged, but if you find a compass of surveyor compass where this is north, and if it is written west here, that is a adjustment done in the in the surveyor compass. So these are some of the basic differences between a prismatic compass and surveyor compass. Now let us summarize the main differences. First difference, graduated ring is attached to the magnetic needle in the case of prismatic compass, but it is not attached to the graduated ring in the case of surveyor compass, so it can freely move. Graduated rings remain stationary in the case of prismatic compass, but it rotates along with the compass body rotates in the case of a surveyor compass. Prism is provided in the case of prismatic compass, but in the case of surveyor compass, no prism provided. Graduations are marked from 0 to 360 in the case of prismatic compass, but it is in the case of a surveyor compass which is in a quadrantal bearing, or there are 4 quadrants, which gives maximum value of 90. So the values will be 0 to 90. This reading 0 to 360, what we call it as a whole circle bearing, but in the case of prismatic compass, where it gets into quadrantal bearing, 0 marked on south, 180 in north, 90 at west and 270 at east is marked in the case of prismatic compass, but in the case of surveyor compass, east and west are interchanged. So this is a very important point. I'll prepare a separate note or the lecture for that. Tripod may or may not be provided for the prismatic compass, because I can hold the compass on my hand, I can look at the eye vein, and I can intersect to the object, I can take the reading using the prism. But in this case, where the surveyor compass is used, where the reading needs to be taken from the top, because there is no attachment of prism provided, so I need to align the compass to the object, to intersect the compass to the object, then come towards the top of the compass and take the reading. So for that, the tripod will be essential, otherwise I may not be able to keep the compass stable and the reading may not be properly taken. So in this case, the sighting and reading can be taken simultaneously because of providing uh, the and the prism, whereas in the case of surveyor compass it is not possible because there is no prism provided, so I need to take the reading from the top. So these are the basic idea about the compass and the different varieties or the type of compasses and its differences.